Dark Souls is a video game series developed by FromSoftware, and its mythology draws inspiration from a variety of sources, including literature, history, and folklore. Some of the primary inspirations for Dark Souls mythology include 1. Norse mythology. Many of the creatures and themes in Dark Souls are inspired by Norse mythology. The game's protagonist, for example, is known as the Chosen Undead, a concept that draws heavily from the Norse myth of Ragnarok. 2. Lovecraftian horror. The game's creator, Hidetaka Miyazaki, has cited H.P. Lovecraft's work as a major influence on the game's mythology. Lovecraft's themes of cosmic horror and the unknown are reflected in the game's exploration of the unknown depths of the world and the creatures that dwell there. 3. Medieval European history. Dark Souls draws heavily from the medieval history of Europe, particularly the imagery of knights, castles, and battles. The game's bosses, including dragons and giants, are inspired by medieval legends and mythology. 4. Japanese folklore. As a Japanese game developer, FromSoftware also drew inspiration from Japanese folklore and mythology. For example, the game's enemy types, including ghosts and yokai, are heavily influenced by Japanese mythology. Overall, Dark Souls mythology is a rich tapestry of various cultural and historical inspirations woven together to create a unique and haunting world for players to explore. 5 bosses from Dark Souls that have similarities or references to mythological gods. 1. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, is heavily inspired by the sun god of various mythologies such as the Greek god Apollo and the Norse god Sol. Gwyn wields a powerful lightning bolt and is associated with the sun, fire, and divine power. 2. Ornstein and Smo are 2 bosses that must be defeated together in Dark Souls. Ornstein, known as the Dragon Slayer, is heavily inspired by the Norse god Thor and wields a lightning-infused spear. Smo, on the other hand, is a giant warrior who wields a massive hammer and has physical similarities to the Celtic god Cyr Nunos. 3. Taelag is a spider-like boss that guards one of the Bells of Awakening in Dark Souls. She is often compared to the Greek mythological creature the Sphinx due to her appearance and the riddle she poses to the player. 4. Sif, the Great Grey Wolf. Sif is a large grey wolf that guards the grave of his master in Dark Souls. He is heavily inspired by the Norse god Odin's pet wolf, Fenrir, and wields a giant sword in his mouth. 5. Seath the Scaleless. Seath is a dragon boss in Dark Souls who is blind and lacks the scales that other dragons have. His appearance and personality are reminiscent of the Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, and he is associated with crystal magic and the pursuit of knowledge.